Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great. My microphone was a little bit loud. But welcome back to a new video on Bitcoin. We'll talk about everything you need to know. I mean, in general, yesterday, again, was very bearish, I would say. And basically what we've seen in the last 2 days at least, but 3 days, I believe, but basically the entire week is that the US session is very heavy, right? So what you saw yesterday morning is that actually after, or at the start of the day, the Asian session was actually quite good, right? We got some momentum and price was able to hold at least key support levels. But then the US session kicks in and it almost feels like some sort of entity or some sort of a big holder, whoever, is selling off a lot of Bitcoin. And that we saw yesterday. Again, we spiked down initially after the US opened, down to 61,600. We're able to absorb some more selling pressure, but in the end, it was just too much, and we dropped down to this level around 60,000 again overnight. So yeah, today is a pretty big day. That's in general what happened. Now we're holding the level around 60,000. It would be the best case scenario if we are able to hold that, because if you purely take a look at the technical situation right now for Bitcoin, it's not looking great, all right? I would say technically we are far more bearish than bullish. Now, does that mean that we will automatically turn bearish here and drop down lower? No, but it is certainly a possibility, and we've also talked about that possibility. All right, in my last couple of videos, what I said is that, you know, if we're not able to hold 61,600, technically it becomes much more likely that we will actually make lower lows compared to the lows we made the 3rd of October. Now, what's causing this is a good question, right? And it's a question I don't have an answer to. Because if you look at the asset markets, the S&P is making new all-time highs. The Nasdaq is doing its best to get back to the previous all-time highs. Gold has actually fallen down quite a bit, so it's not because there's a lot of unrest. Yeah, sure, the dollar strength index is bullish, which is bearish for crypto, but that should also be bearish for the S&P, and it hasn't been that bearish for the S&P. So yeah, it's a little, that's one more reason why I'm telling you it looks like there's some sort of a bigger entity selling off. But right, doesn't matter. So when we talk about today is a pretty important day because we have CPI and inflation rate data. I will cover this live as well, so I will be live streaming this. This in combination with the initial jobless claims will be very important. And this is also the key to actually turning a little bit more bullish short term. And we'll get to what needs to happen technically a little bit later. But no, what we need to see is higher than expected initial jobless claims and continuing jobless claims, and lower than expected inflation rate data and CPI data. That would essentially be best for the future monetary policy for the US. That's best for crypto and for Bitcoin. But that's not something I can predict. All right, so that's also why I will be live. In general, if you just want to make it very easy for yourself, just keep an eye on the dollar strength index. Relatively bullish here, bounced very nicely. If this turns bearish, then Bitcoin will turn bullish, or at least it's going to be able to hold the consolidation here. Because, like I said, purely technically, we are leaning more bearish than bullish. The one scenario that we kind of have that's bullish for Bitcoin is that we turn this market structure we have right now into something similar like this. All right, so that basically we are going to range for a little bit. And that is a possibility. I mean, you can see some sort of a range come up in this area right here and right here, right? So this is a possibility that we start a range here. And that would, in my eyes, be the most bullish scenario for now, all right? Because technically we are that bearish. But for that to happen, like I said, I do not only think we need bullish readings from this data, but I also think purely technically Bitcoin needs to get some sort of a reclaim at least above 61,200. So if we can get that, then short term I can be bullish, and then we can actually get some sort of a move up to this level at 63, 64,000 again. But this is a possibility, but it's only possible if the news is good. All right, so that's what I'll be telling you while we're live. And until then, I would say that, yes, we're at a strong support, so maybe we'll get some sort of bullish momentum. But I would still say at this point of time, it's most likely that we're going to drop down lower. All right, so be prepared for that. Hopefully, we're able to get some sort of a reclaim here. I'll keep you updated on that in general as well. So keep an eye out for those. But for now, I think that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Take care and bye.